guest of Pressure Points with your two favorite hosts. I'm D, and this is by Bomberman AJ. We're coming at you with Season 4, Episode 45, The Big Ol' Boom, Part 2. So strap in and get ready. It's an encore episode, finishing what we started last week. So find us on Instagram and Twitter at PointsOPressure.
Damn, you're so professional. It sounds just as good the second time.
Yeah, you know, I feel like if we compare my first intro or anything from the first season to now, or even last season, or even like last week to this week's intro, I have improved so much.
I think overall we have improved drastically, and you've improved as a person. Not as much, but
I don't know.
Your intros
I don't know if
have definitely improved. I'm thinking about unlisting season 1.
Really?
Yeah, thinking about it.
I mean, let's just go back to our notes and re-record all of them.
I don't still have those notes.
We'll write down all the good jokes we had, and we'll repeat them.
We'll do it a word-for-word retelling.
Pressure Points Season 1, but better.
No, because, you know, eventually we can only list a certain amount of episodes, like, and have them out at a time. So, you know, we got 100. This is 101
Really?
First episode.
I didn't know that we couldn't have, like, our full catalog up at all times.
Yeah, there is a limit. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
You're like, it's actually 12. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, so, you know, eventually the first episodes will start dropping off.
We just got to go back and find the ones where we accidentally say our names that we never edited out, or give out, like, your address.
Oh yeah, I like those ones.
That I say it backwards.
Season 2, lots of season 2.
Season 1 and 2.
No, let's just say 2. Lots of season 2 episodes have our full names, addresses, and credit card numbers. So go listen to every episode to find it.
All of season 2. Yeah, do it. I dare you. I bet you can't find it.
Bet you can't. You have to download it and then play it in reverse.
Right.
And then tune it to 372 gigahertz.
Oh, goodness. Welcome back.
Yeah.
By the way, it's a
bonus episode.
It is my
magnum
holiday
opus.
gift to you. From D to all.
Except me.
Yeah, except for AJ.
This is actually my punishment.
Yeah, I came back. You got the encore episode.
Daddy's back.
It's because as soon as we left the studio, all I could hear in my ears at the end of the last episode was, one more podcast. One more podcast. And I had to come back.
Yeah, the emails rolled in. We answered your cries for another show.
The President of the United States made an executive order that we had to finish Part 2 before the end of Season 4. And here we are. By government requirement.
And government-required podcast.
For you. For our listeners. We're back.
So let's do a recap. So, German Luftwaffe pilot goes Ocean's 11.
Yeah. We're caught
Was that
up.
pretty good? We're caught
up entirely. So, abusive husband and failed Luftwaffe pilot and failed restaurateur and failed good gambler and failed landscape designer John Burgess. I'm going to list all of his...
It's quite the resume.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's great. John Burgess, he finds out that he owes tens of thousands of dollars to the IRS, which is the best thing to get in the mail. So he devises a plot to...
steal the Declaration of Independence.
That, and also to bomb Harvey's resort where he's been gambling for...
a couple decades?
Better part of 2 years.
Oh.
No, not super, super long. Better part of 5 years, sorry. So he steals about 1,000 explosives from, like, this dam, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like a construction site dam thing.
I ate a lot of weed for Thanksgiving, so... steals 1,000 pounds of explosives and builds a bomb, which it ends up being the largest, like, homemade bomb the FBI has seen ever. They drop it off at Harvey's resort after staying at a motel where their license plate was written down, which doesn't really matter. I'm not going to come back to that at all. And yeah, so here we are. So right now, the plan at this point, so the FBI has arrived, they've gotten a letter, or they found the letter that was like, oh yeah, send this here, blah, blah, blah. We need $3 million. Or we'll blow the place. Or we won't tell you how to fucking defuse a bomb. So, the plan right now is they're going to steal the helicopter at gunpoint that's carrying the $3 million.
That can't find them.
Yeah, that cannot find them. He's been hovering around for about better part of like an hour and a half, like 2 hours at this point. And so this helicopter is supposed to land just off of like, it was 5 miles off of Highway 50, sorry.
Wow. Get your highways correct.
Yeah, John and his youngest son, Jim, would steal the helicopter at gunpoint.
Yeah. I forgot he named his kid fucking cock names.
Yeah. So
sorry to Johns and Jims out there.
And John Jr. So they would fly it to a clearing next to Highway 88. Jim would hop out. They would toss out the money. And John's other son, John Jr., though, I'm going to call him Junior, they take the money and Jim home. And then John takes the now empty helicopter covered in fingerprints to his girlfriend at the Cameron Park Airport, and then she takes him home and they leave the helicopter there. It's foolproof.
It's the perfect plan.
Yeah, it's a perfect
Simple.
plan if you're not a Burgess.
Well, yeah.
So,
if you didn't use up all of your karma by flying for the Luftwaffe.
Yeah, right. So, like I said, the helicopter pilot working for the FBI had been flying around for basically 2 hours at this point. And he landed, waited 45 more minutes to hear anything on the phone. He never saw the strobe light signal that he was looking for.
Which you never explained why.
Oh, I will.
Okay, good.
So...
That was the cliffhanger that I'm waiting for.
Yeah. So, nothing comes back from the pilot. So, the governor issues a statement. He releases it on radio, TV, everywhere, right? Mm-hmm. And he basically is requesting a clarifying message due to failure to enlighten and in confusion following the previous directions, which it was basically, hey, fly the 5 miles, find us, whatever, right? And we'll give you more information once we have the money. Now, while waiting for the chopper, John and Jim are posted up on the side of the mountain. And they're pretty high up there because they want to be able to strobe light this guy. And they've got it wired to a fucking car battery. So it's starting to get kind of cold, right?
Oh, no.
And so they kind of turn to each other. They haven't heard a helicopter. They haven't seen anything in a while. So at this point, it's been a few hours, and they're like, I don't think they're fucking coming. So they unload their guns. Yeah, I know. Just wait. So they unload their guns, and they do one of these stupidest moves when you've told the FBI where you're going to be. And they begin dismantling their bullets and emptying out the gunpowder to start a fire so that they can warm themselves up. Basically, setting a signal fire as to where they are. Right?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Couldn't they just, grab some sticks? Why do you need gunpowder for that?
Now, bless you.
Sorry.
Now you know why Part 2 had to be its entire own episode.
Holy shit.
Because the fuckery that's about to happen is just phenomenal. So, they empty the gunpowder, and they set themselves afire to keep warm for the next few hours. Now, John Jr. is waiting at his clearing over on Highway 88, and he looks up into the mountains, because he's only a few miles away from where his dad and his brother are staying, and it's almost like 6 a.m. at this point. And he just sees a little beep, 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 and it's the strobe light. And he's like, what the fuck? Why is that pointed at me? And then he's like, wait a minute. They don't have the chopper yet. Uh-oh. So they're signaling John, basically saying, hey, plan's off.
Yeah, no helicopter.
Yeah. So, John and Jim hide the strobe light, the guns, and a bunch of other equipment, and they're just like, we'll pick this up later. Let's hike down to Highway 50, 5 miles away, where we were dropped off. So begins the climb back down the hill while leaving all of your evidence back up on top, fingerprints and all.
Beautiful.
This is the 80s. They didn't know about fingerprints yet.
Yeah, certainly not.
The FBI wasn't. Nah, they're not the CIA. Come on.
Yeah.
So
They don't have that sweet, sweet cocaine money.
Yeah, right. No, this is 1980. Nobody has that sweet, sweet cocaine money. You got to wait for the Reagan administration for that.
Yeah. A couple more years.
Yeah. So John Jr. heads towards his dad's girlfriend, Ella, to let her know that the deal is off and it's time to just
Let the bomb explode.
dismantle. You're going to make me sneeze. Fuck.
Yeah, it's because it's so shocking. Mine was more alpha.
Yeah. Well, I don't like sneezing.
I love
Reminds
sneezing.
me of coming, and I hate that.
Yeah, I hate coming.
So, when you're driving to go pick someone up after a failed heist, what do you feel is the worst thing? One of the worst things that could happen.
Stop for Arby's. Flat tire.
Okay, yep.
Both of those.
Okay, or hitting a deer. So John Jr. is heading to go pick up Ella, and after the failed attempt to get $3 million fake dollars that the FBI's put in a chopper, and basically burning all of your bullets, the other son now decides, what a better day than to put a deer through my fucking windshield. No, he doesn't totally destroy his car, but I mean, it's an 80s car, so it basically just flings this thing off to the side. It's like nothing happens, but it still dents up the front of the car pretty bad. So, he gets to Ella with blood on the front of his fucking car, and I'm sure she's just like, what the hell just happened? And she hops out of her car and says, Junior, I just heard a message on the radio from the governor that they want more information. And Junior's just like, oh my God, like, what the fuck are we supposed to be doing right now?
We drew them a map.
Yeah. Literally told them, fly 5 miles and look for a strobe light. So obvious. It's the 80s. Like, they were all using candles for lighting their homes at the time.
All the street lights were candles. A man had to go and light them every night.
To be fair, this is a strobe light that's powered by a fucking car battery. This thing was probably signaling the Hubble Space Telescope. That's why it got lost, is because it scrambled the signal.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Oh, goodness.
Good gravy.
The Rona. So, they rush to go pick up Jim and John from the highway, and Ella's driving. So she is tense. She's fucking nervous.
What? Why is she nervous?
Well, because imagine the absolute
deer?
fucking beating she's gonna get from John because he failed.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
because he's emasculated himself.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just got her fucking foot on the gas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're coming from where is it? The fucking airport. There's kind of a hairpin turn. Just whips around. And if you don't know hairpin turns, it's like a U-turn that you take, but it's supposed to happen. These things are quick, and they, like,
you're not ready for them.
Yeah,
you're flying off.
If you aren't slowing down for them,
no.
You could, I don't know, run into the side of a mountain or something. So,
after hitting a deer?
Yeah. Well, different car, yeah.
Different car,
They left Dad's,
beater.
Yeah.
Which is also what they call Mom.
No, Ella's driving. They didn't leave her up there. So, yeah, they've got, let's see. No, Junior's driving another car. So, Ella's driving, and Junior's up ahead of her. So he takes the turn. She just drives right into the side of the mountain, slams her face into the fucking steering wheel, and
Perfect.
breaks her nose, cuts up her face and everything. This car is fucking totaled. It's done.
No
right?
airbags, no seatbelts, because it's the 80s.
So it's surprising that Ella's not done. It was probably a suicide attempt to get out of this whole thing. So Junior slams on his brake, hurries back, and just throws her in the car, and he's like, we'll come get this later. Like,
Let's
whatever.
leave this evidence here.
We'll take care of this later. And they see John and Jim hiking just up to Highway 50 as they get there. So John and Jim hop in. They're like, what the fuck happened? And they break it down. Hey, the car they're driving up in, Dad's car, is dented with fucking blood on it from a deer. Ella's all busted up. You can imagine you're just finishing hiking and you're like, God, we still got to go pick up like the strobe light. Okay, what else can we do? We can still kind of hold them off for a little bit longer. The car pulls up and you're like, what the fuck?
Why did you hit her with the car?
I thought we had it bad. We tossed our bullets into the stream, basically. Like, what are we doing?
Jesus.
Yeah. So they hop in. They're like, Ella's fucked up in like the worst way possible. And John goes, okay, let's go pick up the strobe light. We need to drive up there and pick that evidence up, which is fair.
Fair
I
enough.
guess.
If you're trying to cover up your crime.
Yeah. So they swing the 5 miles up to go pick up everything. Not hiking. They could drive up there. I don't know why they didn't just drop them off there, but whatever.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Yeah. So they pick everything up and they head to the hospital. Now, they drop her off at the hospital, and John and Junior, I mean, they've been driving quite a bit the last fucking, 2 days now.
Yeah.
So they decide, let's swing by a gas station, and we need to make a call on a payphone because it's been a few hours. These guys haven't fucking heard anything. They've got a bomb waiting in there. They've got $3 million that they might be able to get their hands on.
Is the bomb on a timer?
No, it just has a series of fucking setups on it. It might have a timer. They're fucking
like, what's the
9
trigger?
different. They're like 9 detonators on it. I think that it's, if they don't do it, they said they could do a remote triggering.
Oh, okay.
Or if you don't dismantle this, it will explode. Like,
eventually.
it's really volatile because it's 1,000 pounds of dynamite.
Yeah.
So I think
The dynamite started sweating.
Like, I think a lot of it was like failed fuses. So if they cut the wrong one, it blows. If they try to move it anywhere, it blows, kind of thing. So,
and there's a small man inside waiting for the signal to blow it up.
Bill and Terry, the 2 guys that helped take it, are just sitting inside, surrounded by 1,000 pounds of dynamite, just
Sweating.
holding the charges. Like, please give them the millions. Now Junior and John go to this gas station. Junior hops out and he makes a call to. Now what they're doing is they're contacting the sheriff's department, and then the sheriff's department operator patches them through in some cases. So this is how they were like, hey, look under the table in front of you, and that's where your note is. Damn. So they call the sheriff's department and they say, let's see. Oh, I just lost my place in my notes.
Oh my God.
Oh God, oh no.
Oh, you know what? We're canceling this show.
Right? So they say flip switch number 5 and wait for further instructions. So this switch that they tell them to flip is literally a time buying switch. It's not connected to anything. There's no use for it. John
It's just a
literally
fake
put it
switch.
on there just in case they needed to bide more time, which is kind of ingenious.
That's kind of smart, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'd
like,
have that thing covered with so many switches, you wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and nobody's going to touch them because the bomb might blow. So, at Harvey's Resort, the FBI they're working with like every bomb detective in the area. They get some fucking dude in there that's like, if we do a vertical blast, it will cut the all of the detonators in a millisecond, directly in half, disarming the bomb. And they're like, okay, we'll take everybody except for you. I'm not kidding. That's a real dude was like, yeah,
no.
we can cut these 2 boxes. Fuck, man.
God, you're so unprofessional.
My bad. So they, over the last few hours that they've been waiting for instructions, they've performed like an X-ray on the bomb itself.
Fancy.
And they've determined that there's like a small box on top of a larger box that they initially thought it was all connected, but all of the like fuses and detonators travel through this smaller box into the larger one. All the bombs are in the smaller. So that's why that guy was like, well, why don't we just saw it in half with a fucking, like a samurai sword? Like, which sounds like the most fucking 1980s
You'll move
thing.
faster using the samurai sword than you could with a bullet.
And it would be more precise. Like,
Yeah, it's been folded 4,000 times.
Shut the fuck
That's
up,
pretty low.
Gary.
10,000 folds.
Damn.
You weeb.
Yeah, let me see if I can... no, it's too late. But, they kind of start coming up with ideas as to how they're going to remove the top from the bottom.
No, trust me, it's very difficult to remove a top from a bottom.
Yeah, they've started questioning the directions that they're being given. Because at this point, they're just like, if we switch this, they haven't gotten their 3 million, so maybe this thing will just blow. But who knows? And so, before they make any plans, they're like, okay, maybe we'll do this. So they hook up a lanyard to a series of pulleys.
There's always a series of pulleys.
Because it's a fucking 1980s, like, heist comedy movie. And they're ready to pull it, and someone comes up and says, don't flip that switch. It might blow it. And they're like, okay, we'll go back up. And they realize that the money hasn't exchanged hands. Like, nothing is going as planned at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So they create what's called a linear-shaped charge, and they're going to separate the detonators from the explosives.
You son of a bitch.
There's like a 2x4 bolted onto a table, and it's got a blast cap on one side that wraps around to the other side of the bomb. So these 2 blast caps are supposed to just explode on either side and just shoot the top off like a fucking bottle cap, right?
Amazing.
It should work, right?
Sure.
It's only 1,000 pounds of dynamite.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the casino probably has insurance.
Yeah, and I mean, I named this episode The Big Ol' Boom because they did defuse the bomb.
Aw, spoiler.
No, it fails fucking miserably. The bomb explodes.
Oh.
And I'm not kidding.
So they attempt to disarm it. I thought you said they did disarm it.
No, they get the thing. Oh, I was kidding. No, they set up the charges. They're like, this is going to work. The owner of Harvey's Resort is across the street in another casino just looking out the window, and he's like, fuck. They contact him and they say, hey, we're working on defusing this thing, though it's very unlikely. And he's just like, don't do anything, just leave it. And they're like, no, we got this, it's fine.
We're not gonna wait.
We're the FBI. We'll do. We've never failed on anything before.
We didn't fail in Colombia. We didn't fail in Venezuela. We didn't fail in Brazil. We didn't fail in Argentina.
And we're not gonna fail in
now.
Tahoe, god damn it. So Harvey is just hanging out,
shitting himself,
chewing his fucking fingernails, sweating his dick off, and his building fucking explodes on the second floor.
Imagining he's like looking through a glass wall.
Well,
and just shitting himself.
When they went up to tell him that they were thinking about detonating it, he basically tells them, "Don't do it. Like you're gonna be costing a lot of people jobs. A lot of my staff might die." And they go, "Building's evacuated. It's fine. Although it might still explode. But good luck." So in the building that he's standing in across the street, all of the windows fucking shatter from this explosion. And mind you, this is a fucking huge resort.
Yeah, like,
it's on the second floor, so it's managed to blow up the building into just rubble and destroy something that's across a fairly large road.
Yeah, it's a huge bomb.
Yeah, and this is also the road that they were dumb enough to wheel that fucking bomb across, connected to the back of their van. Yeah. So
amazing.
Yeah, let's see. They back to John and Jim. They are driving home, and the fucking audacity of these guys blows my mind. Junior tells his dad and Jim he still has to work that day. So he's like, I need to get home so I'm not late for my shift, because what's more suspicious being late for your shift than being late for your shift the day a fucking casino exploded and you're covered in deer guts and dirt.
I love it. I love everything that's happening.
Damn, dude. So John and Jim hop in the car. They leave Ella at the hospital.
They're like, yeah, damn bitch got hit by a car. I don't know who did
really,
it.
Though. So Junior's driving, and he's speeding home.
He's got to get to that job.
Yeah, he's got to get home in time for work.
He didn't get the millions of dollars that they were expecting. Yeah. What the fuck?
Some people still have to work, you know? We can't just shell out millions of dollars when our home could be threatened to be exploded. Now, he gets pulled over for speeding.
Oh, my fucking God.
And the cop notices the fucking damage on the front of the car, and it's like, what happened? And he goes, oh, I hit a deer. And he's like, okay, like, is everything cool? Where did you hit this deer? And he just kind of like bullshits and makes up a story. He's trying to rush this officer along. So the officer like gives him a citation, goes back to his car, and he writes down like that they hit a deer, that John Jr. was acting quite suspicious, and that there were two kind of shadowy, suspicious figures in the back seat. But he didn't really see who they were. Yeah.
Who's in the back seat going to work?
It's his dad and his fucking brother. Neither of them sat in the front seat, probably because it's covered in Ella's blood, which is another dead giveaway to this stupid 80s cop.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, Junior, you be safe now, you hear, buddy? So...
amazing.
The luck of these
amazed.
people. I feel like it would have gone off without a hitch if John hadn't used up all of his dirty Nazi luck back with the Soviets, man. It's just
seriously
insane. Now, they get home, Junior heads to work, and John and Jim hop into Jim's truck and they go back to the hospital.
Well, I got to pick up Ella.
Yeah, exactly. It's just...
I love it.
Imagine being in Jim's shoes. You're just like, oh my God, how many fucking trips do I have to take today?
Yeah, like, in my now 2 busted cars.
Yeah, and I got to shit sleep the night before because I had to sleep next to a fucking fire that was made with gunpowder.
A gunpowder fire.
Who knows how volatile that shit is? It's as bad as the bomb. So, John thinks, we should probably send another message, because you know that it takes cops like fucking 45 minutes to process anything. Especially back then, they'd have to call it in, literally call it in.
Yeah, like on the phone.
Yeah. And so John pulls over to another gas station, makes a stop. He goes inside, finds the payphone. And as he's dialing the number, mind you, they have no idea the bomb has exploded.
Yeah, I was going to say, did they feel it?
They've been driving all fucking day, dude.
There's like, that was a weird little shockwave
thing. Yeah. So he sees on the television in the gas station, like, Harvey's Resort explosion. And he's like, fuck.
Well, there goes our leverage.
So they book it to the hospital, and they pick up Ella, and I just imagine like a scene out of a movie. Is there like John's got Ella in tow, she's got Jim in tow, and they're just rushing through the hospital, and they pass the waiting room in slow motion, and then they all just stop, and they watch the replay of Harvey's resort blowing up.
I mean, they're being so stupid. If their leverage is gone, they should be incognito, playing it cool.
I know.
Not rushing to the hospital and escaping.
But they've had 2 car accidents.
No sleep.
Like, they've been pulled over, a hospital stay. It's
and
not
John's
going
still in
well.
debt somehow.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. So while they're watching the replay, Ella is on the phone making a call to the insurance agency.
Oh, for the car?
And to a towing agency to have the car towed. And it's like, well, what the fuck was it doing up there? So
kind of near where this
suddenly,
helicopter was flying.
Well, and I mean, the way that they have it set up is that there is like, they've got it set up so there are multiple drops so that it's harder to, like, I mean, it would still be weird, but it's the 80s, so you just take everybody at face value back then, I guess, if you're an investigator.
Is she white? Take her at
course.
face value.
Yeah, exactly. Now, a day goes by, and John reaches out to Bill and Terry, the 2 guys that helped him drop off the bomb. Remember those guys? 2 dudes that worked for him. Mm-hmm. And he tells them, look, I've got a plan. He's basically Dutch from Red Dead.
Always got a plan that never works.
There's a plan. We'll make it to fucking Tahiti.
Yeah.
God damn.
Fuck's sake.
Just shut up already, bro. So he says, I've got a plan, and it's to make another bomb. I'm not kidding.
We're going back to Harvey. We're going into the destroyed rubble. We're setting it back up.
I've got one move, and it's making bombs. So he says, I can make another bomb for another extortion plot. I just need you guys to stay silent about everything. And if you don't, I will have you eliminated whether I'm in prison or not. And these guys are like, this guy's an ex-Nazi. Yeah, that's fine.
Once a Nazi, always a Nazi.
And you know that he was just like, if you tell my secrets, I will have your head.
99999.
You won't tell anyone, I will have you.
Schnell.
I will have you eliminated.
Schnell.
Yeah, it's just bad news bears. I don't blame them. I wouldn't fucking say anything. That's
I wouldn't say
terrifying.
anything.
Shit. So, that same day, an FBI agent decides he's going to kind of put out his feelers for leads. See if he can find out about anything suspicious that was going on the couple nights before, a week before, whatever. And he stumbles on a report from a motel in South Lake Tahoe about a white van and some suspicious men. So he goes and speaks with the owners, and the owners break it down for him and say, yeah, these guys showed up. They were kind of weird. I'm pretty sure this one gave me a fake name. They had California license plates, but they didn't say they were from there. It was just kind of like nothing settled right, and they showed up really, really, really late. So he goes, okay. And then like also a tow truck had to come pick them up in the morning to jump them. And he's like, okay, all right, sounds good. I'll look into it. So he takes the license plate number and everything back to his office. While he's running the plates, he finds out that the plates are registered to the restaurant owned by John.
Oh my God, how stupid.
And so he reaches out to the restaurant and he finds out that the van was checked out to John Jr. for that night.
Why wouldn't they just take it and say it was stolen? Like immediately just report it stolen.
Because I don't
take the plates off.
Because I don't think they're very good at thinking ahead and realizing that like
you shouldn't bomb a casino.
Things can go pretty poorly when you're under duress. So the FBI agent, like over the next couple weeks, kind of gets a plan together for approaching John Jr., right? So he runs into Junior when Junior's all by himself. He like stops him on his way into work or whatever. And he basically asks him, hey, what's the possibility of you being involved with what was going on? What were you doing at the motel that night? You're a 19-year-old kid. What the fuck's going on?
I was ordering a prostitute.
No. Even better.
Oh, really? Oh, what's the cover story?
John Jr. tells a federal officer that he's scoping out an area to plant marijuana.
I mean, this was before the war on drugs. But still. What the... He should have said a butterfly flew in the window and then a pelican-type bird flew in the window.
You could literally just say, yeah, I met some dumb girl
harlot
at a fucking, like, dumpy casino.
Hey, I'm moving.
We went over there, hooked up with her, right?
I'm helping my friend move and the car broke down and it was late.
Anything else.
Oh my God.
So,
now, I'm scoping out a place to plant some pot.
Yeah. So.
Fuck's sake. Mr. FBI agent, man.
Even better, he tells the officer that his battery died. So he left the van there and he's going to hitchhike home. So now you've involved a phony person. Somehow there's a fake person that drove you home. Who did they look like? What kind of car were they driving? I don't know. I was high on pot. I was trying to grow. I'm not sure.
Is that what he said?
No. No. But I mean, you're involving people and it's just like, dude, you can't double down on shit like this.
Yeah, you just say, I was paying for sex. I don't know her name.
Yeah.
I don't know where she came from.
Exactly. So, then he tells him that he returned the next morning with Jim to jump it and take it back home.
He knows about the tow truck, so he knows he's full of shit.
Yep.
You gotta tell most of the truth. It's like nobody's ever fucking hidden a body before.
But John wasn't even there. That's the thing.
Exactly. He should have just said, yeah, and then I called a tow truck.
Yeah. Literally, you just have to say, yeah, it was stolen. Like,
yeah, or that, yeah.
The smartest move.
Yeah, I checked out the truck to go help a friend move. It was stolen.
So...
Oh, he found it on the side of the road. I had a spare set of keys.
It's so stupid. It blows my mind. These guys
I found it at the motel.
Yeah. God damn. Now, late September, at a power plant construction site...
Did more TNT mysterious?
922 pounds of dynamite is stolen.
That's not suspicious at all.
And a month after that, 900 more pounds of ammonium nitrate water gel explosives are stolen from that same power plant.
Damn.
By good old John.
They need better security at power plants with explosives.
Dude, I don't know what it was
shit.
at the 80s. They were just like, oh, this blows up. Man, no big deal.
Nobody knows what it is.
Mind you, this is pre 9/11, so I guess everybody was pretty light when it came to explosives and potential terrorist activity.
Yeah, I mean, no, you'd think so, but we covered all those airplane hijackings that happened during the 70s.
Yeah, that's true.
The 70s, the golden age of
it was the
hijacking.
time to make a statement with a fucking...
With explosives?
Yeah, goddamn. Just
what
some
the
people.
Fuck?
So, he initially stashed it, where would you guess? In the walk-in freezer in his garage.
Oh. No. The custom-built walk-in freezer that's made for explosives.
While his son is being investigated by the FBI.
Has he told him?
Grand idea, probably. I
hope so.
I think they all live together. So...
Oh, so no, they're all being investigated then, if they're living together.
Uh-huh. So, Jim is actually asked by his dad to help him bury all of the explosives in a dry creek bed 7 miles from home, shortly around the same time that John is being questioned by the FBI. Now, in about, I think it's like early February, John Jr., is asked to testify before a federal grand jury on his whereabouts the night of the bombing.
Ooh.
And he gives the marijuana story under oath.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And they know he's lying from that story.
Mm-hmm. They do.
Oh, shit. That's not good.
So, a couple months later, in about May, a reward of $500,000 is offered. Initially was like $300,000 for any information of the bombing, but private, what was it? Like a couple private donors kicked in another $200,000, bringing it up to $5. I wonder who.
Yeah, I
Harvey,
wonder who that's gonna be.
the man whose building was bombed.
And who just so happened to get a couple $100,000 more than his building was worth from the insurance, I'm sure.
Right. So, after hearing about the reward, now we're coming up on, it's been almost 10 months since the bombing, right?
Okay.
So.
But they got a pretty strong lead.
Yeah, and I mean, this is kind of, it's kind of a big deal. Like, the FBI has been looking for a man that bombed a casino for almost 10 months now. So it's kind of everywhere.
They probably are like, ooh, I think we got away with it. They're getting cocky.
Oh, of course.
I mean, he's stealing more TNT.
They are getting cocky.
Oh, no.
So,
I don't like that smile you just gave me.
After hearing about the reward...
Your girlfriend.
Yeah, after hearing about the reward, Jim's ex-girlfriend calls into the tip line and passes along some information that he told her.
What was her name?
He bragged one night about his dad planting a bomb at Harvey's resort.
What a fucking idiot!
He's 18.
Hey,
he's a
girl.
moron.
Hey, girl. My dad blew up a fucking casino.
And then,
you want to suck my dick?
And then he has the audacity to break up with that girl before everything fucking disappears.
Oh my
So of
God.
course, when she sees $500,000 in the 1980s,
Fuck yeah, I'd call.
She goes, "Oh yeah, Jim, that asshole."
He fucking dumped me. He said my tits were different sizes.
She goes, "You're going down."
He said my areolas were too bumpy. What the fuck?
He said they were too brown. God. So, the FBI arrests Junior on suspicion of perjury before a federal grand jury.
Okay, I do want to say that is $1.6 million in today's money.
Crazy amount. Fuck. If it were my current girlfriend, I'd throw her under the bus for 1.6. Fuck. I mean,
I'm gonna tell her you said
cut that out.
I'm not gonna cut that out.
No, I would seal my lips against anybody that is a fucking officer. They can blow me.
Well, yeah, but how much is the bond? You got $1.6 million, but the bond's only $100,000.
I'll get to it.
Yeah, I'd flee the country. We're going to Ecuador.
So, Junior gets arrested on suspicion of perjury before a federal grand jury. And they sit him down and they tell him he might be able to get a plea deal if he tells everything he knows.
Ooh.
So while he's sitting in there...
No lawyer?
Probably not.
What an idiot.
They loop in Jim. They bring Jim in because, I don't know, his name was the one that was fucking dropped.
Yeah.
And they offer Jim the exact same deal.
Oh, playing against each other.
They both squeal their fucking titties off.
Snitches.
Bro.
Fucking snitches.
I mean, their dad's an abusive piece of shit.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
But still, snitches get stitches.
But still, fucking snitches for sure. So the next day, John, Ella, and poor Bill and Terry all get arrested. They're all held for $1 million bail.
Ooh.
Except for John, who's set to $2 million.
Ooh, reward money's not paying for that.
Even if he had gotten the $3 million, he still wouldn't be able to get his girlfriend out.
Damn.
and probably Bill, let's be honest.
Yeah, not John Jr.
Yeah. He'd take out Terry and himself. So, a federal grand jury in Reno, Nevada, issued 4-count indictments against each of the 6 suspects in Harvey's bombing, including charges of attempts to interfere with commerce by threats of violence, interstate travel in aid of extortion, Jesus, sorry about the stutter, transportation of explosives in interstate commerce, and conspiracy to attempt extortion. John was later acquitted of the explosion, of the actual bombing for some reason.
Well, that's because the FBI blew it up.
Yeah,
he was going to disarm it.
Yeah,
he didn't hit the button.
It's a fair point. So, John and company all pled guilty. John got a 20-year federal prison sentence and life in prison.
Ooh.
And Harvey's Resort Hotel and Casino was rebuilt at a cost of $18 million.
Holy shit.
And opened within a year of the bombing.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad the underdog won, Harvey.
Yeah. Right.
The rich bitch.
Yeah. And John died 16 years after incarceration.
Shit, so 96?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm the reincarnation of John. Oh shit.
You are.
Oh no.
Oh God, but yeah, so good old
Oh fuck.
good old John Burgess
How-
and his
how
family
long-
of fuck ups.
How long did Junior get? Is he still alive? Is he
Let
out?
me see.
That would be great if he's out living somewhere. We should dox him
I know we're gonna get a cease and desist somehow.
from witness protection. Or
Yet
some shit.
another one.
Yeah.
John Burgess. Oh, I have pictures of all of them, by the way.
Oh great. You'll have to post them.
Yeah. Suspects. Oh, you want to see the bomb?
Yes, I definitely want to see the bomb.
Legit. Imagine just an IBM fucking like
It
sheet over the top of that, and you would think it was a fucking printer in 1980.
yeah, it looks like
That
a
looks.
small version of the computers in war games.
The thing that I hate about pictures from the 80s is that they all look like they're snuff films. Every single
They
picture
do.
from the
They
1980s
do.
looks
It's
like
the carpet.
it looks like one
And
that
the
if
lighting.
you look just a little bit harder, you're going to see the dead body.
Yeah, or like you're gonna see a hand,
Yeah.
a finger. Like you're gonna see parts. You're gonna see evidence. Bloody rags.
This
All
is
right,
the
I-
explosion. Yeah.
Damn.
All right.
All right, so you got picture of the
Yeah, yeah.
suspects?
Yeah. Let me.
That's
let
what
me
I wanna
click over
see.
to that
I
one.
want to see what these fucking idiots look like.
I'm sure you can imagine. So, here's good old John
Oh my god, he looks like a Nazi.
Jr., who looks like he would say that he was planting marijuana to the FBI.
Yeah.
Jim, who somehow looks older than his older brother.
Definitely.
Ella, who looks like she would fucking marry an ex-Nazi.
Yeah, her face isn't that fucked up in the picture.
Let's see. This is Terry. No, this is Bill. Poor Bill, man.
Poor Bill, he's a victim.
And Terry.
Bill and Terry, they were just doing their job.
Yep. He looks like an ex-Luftwaffe.
He does.
I'll get those
Yeah,
posted
post
for you
all
guys.
those to the Instagram.
So yeah, the fucking family of the 80s. A good old
God.
it's an 80s family Christmas brought to you by D.
Not pressure points, just D.
Yeah, just by D.
Oh my god. You know what? Fantastic. Fantastic two-parter. Like
Oh, God,
worth
dude.
the wait. Worth the, splitting it into a second episode.
Yeah, I
And
think
I got the
that
pictures.
I think it turned out pretty well.
I also want to point out that this is not sourced from Wikipedia.
No. I
You
did it.
actually did real research.
Yeah. I went through like a pretty hefty fucking timeline of everything that happened. And it looks like it was wrote about the same time that John
happened.
Burgess died.
Yeah.
Like the beginning of the internet, because all of everything was written in Comic Sans. And
There's a great banner at the top. I think the background's like a yellow.
it has like a comic book style header that's like the witnesses, and then everything's in Comic Sans. You're like, what the fuck? Like, what
I
were
love
you
it.
going for?
I
with this?
love
It's
90s web design.
fantastic. I wish that
I wish it was still like that. It's
I
too
wish that
sleek.
the website that I put together when I was in 7th grade was still up.
I
'Cause
can
that
only
shit
imagine.
was just everything was center, and it was just like, what does D like? Football, girls, sports, balls, not men's. Like, it was just like dumb shit. It was dumb.
That's wonderful.
It's fantastic. But yeah, nothing like an 1980s botched heist.
Oh, I love
to
it.
tie up the fucking longest season we've had.
And you're the heist master. You've done heists.
I am. We'll probably shoot for like a live stream the 21st or the 28th for a holiday special.
Yeah, just around there. We'll
figure something
follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram,
and we'll
Twitter.
let you know. We'll send out links.
Yeah, find us on Instagram, Twitter at PointSoPressure. Hit them with the Patreon.
Yes.
For the final time of season 4.
Final time. So if you want your name on this list, just go to Patreon. It's cheap. Trust me. We are whoring ourselves out for cheap for you.
Trust me, we're 2 of these people. No, I'm just kidding.
Also, we do have some. You know what? I'm gonna commit. I've got 25 short clips, outtakes, retakes, like just funny shit from some of the episodes from here, basically from last season and before. I'm gonna put them all into one clip, post them on the Patreon.
Yeah,
so you're gonna get that.
It's just some like fucking bloopers. Most of them me fucking up an intro.
Yeah, quite a few of those. So it's gonna be good.
We've got some gems in there.
Yeah, so expect that before the next season comes out. There, I'm committing.
There you go, you did it. Also, probably maybe before the next season comes out, AJ will upload the video.
You got to remind me. I keep forgetting.
Of the studio. So if you want to see the studio,
remind me.
The newer studio, because we posted pictures of the upstairs one. Now we've got the sweet, sultry downstairs starting a 70s band studio.
Yeah.
It looks like a snuff film in here all the time.
We should get some synths down here. Some synthesizers.
I'm fucking down.
Make some music.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I love
my girlfriend has a keyboard, so I'd fuck with it.
Oh, I really want a keyboard, even though I'm not musically inclined
yeah, me neither.
at all.
Let's do it. We'll just We'll just recreate the intro with single keys.
We'll just do synthwave.
And it'll all be with my voice for each note.
Oh God!
All right, but hit him with that list.
All right. I'm not the guest host. Abby, AJ's third nut. Lindo, NSA isn't real. D's nuts.
Not me.
Nordic Thunder, Toddy Waddy Poopy Snotty. Dark Runner, Haley, Casey McFacey. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Like you're helping us. You pay for our hosting. We can kind of expand a little bit. Get some nice. If you go back and don't go back and listen to the first season, but if you do. You can hear the difference. It's because of
of the
Patreon.
When we were listening to the highlights, you can catch the difference, and it
is drastic.
It's pretty hefty, but yeah.
Oh yeah, and benefits. I always say what we use it for.
Mm-hmm.
Benefits. We got like 20 short little 10-minute episodes of sloppy seconds, which
we need to
and I are going to record some more of those during this little break. So expect more of those. What else? We've got some like little behind the scenes projects and shit that we have on there. You get some, depending on the tier. If you do like the $6 tier, you get like a sticker, totally exclusive. We don't sell that design anywhere.
I'm pretty sure we have discount codes on there too.
Yeah, discount codes for the merchandise. So if you're gonna do that, do the Patreon first. Even if you cancel it after a month, like you'll probably save more through the discount code. I think it's like 10 or 15% off.
Something like that.
And eventually you will have exclusive access to our back catalog.
Yes.
Eventually.
That is very true.
Right? Our pilot is out now. Our pilot is out on the Patreon. Pilot episode, 2 hours long.
Very first unreleased
Sounds
episode.
like shit.
It sounds terrible, but we break down some pretty in-depth
shit.
Personal things.
And then the eventually back catalog will be on there. I'm gonna work on that.
Yeah.
Getting the back catalog actually downloadable.
Go for it. But we'll catch you guys next season. We'll have a date for the season premiere for season 5.
Yeah.
Here in a few weeks. We'll get that released and more information about the live stream coming up.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys on the live stream.
See you then.
And
catch you fuckers next season.
Bye.